heading up over the mountains. I'm crossing the Cascades to eastern Washington. It is foggy over here, but it's supposed to be a nice day later. And on that side, where I'm going, is supposed to be around 70, a little above 70 degrees. Coming over the pass, just a little bit of dirty snow left piled up by the roads.
What you're looking at ahead here is North America's largest wildlife crossing bridge. This corridor allows animals to cross the freeway safely and keeps people from getting in dangerous accidents with them. There are videos available on YouTube to see the animals crossing.
This is the Yakima River. I'm here. I did not bring the dogs on this hike because there are rattlesnakes and ticks. It is 54 degrees right now, I think, or 57 degrees. It's supposed to get up to 70. So I'm super hopeful that these snakes will wake up at some point during my hike and I'll get to see them. But what I'm looking forward to this hike is just gorgeous. Cross a suspension bridge into this canyon. It's not a destination hike. This doesn't go to a waterfall or a lake or anything like that. It just meanders up the canyon and kind of peters out, and then you turn around. You get in usually 5 to 6 miles round trip. There used to be a homestead up here, so we'll see some like old fence posts, and I think there's an old fruit tree, but there's really not much left of that. Should be a really fun hike. Crossing the river on a suspension bridge. Up and over the track, which would be dangerous. There's actually a pass through underneath for hikers. And we start out right along the Umtanum Creek. Very nice. Now I think this is also the starting trail for Umtanum Ridge, which goes up the canyon that way. I hear a raven. So I think to the left is Umtanum Ridge, and we're gonna go just straight up the canyon here. This trail isn't super well marked, I remember, unless it's been improved. Breaking in a new backpack. Feels all right. I've made a few adjustments already though. There's some Oregon grape. Well, this is already a successful hike, and I've gone 0.27. I'm so happy.
It was so peaceful here. The entire hike was almost like a walking meditation.
Here's one of those old fence posts. There's another one over there. It's blackened maybe from a fire some time ago. Yeah, there's one of those sketchy crossings, but the stream is not deep. Let's see how I do. Wow, I made it without falling. Oh, that's one heck of a tree right there. I just love all these bright colored lichens, fluorescent yellow on these cliffs. It's so pretty. Definitely warm in the canyon. There, you can see the yellow flowers here and there on the hillside. Those are the arrowleaf balsamroots I was looking for. Birds are just singing like crazy. It's beautiful. I've only seen one other person on the trail so far. Well, I did pass a camper. I go really slow because I like to stop and listen and look around, like really often. Boy, this grove is thick. I don't think we're gonna see him, but I just walked past a rattlesnake. He was about 5 inches from the trail. I can still see his coils. Oh, here we go. Can you see him? Maybe he's a gopher snake. Oh, there's his pattern. Okay, that was a rattlesnake, and the people, I think I stopped recording because the people behind me came up behind me, right up to me. But it crawled when they came up, and it was scared. So I did see its rattles, and they were saying that they saw 2 more up here, although there are at least 2 other kinds of snakes. Usually what I see more of out here, oh, no, it's a rattler. It's a rattler, and it's right in the middle of the trail, and it's looking right at me. Okay. Homeboy's not real happy. I think he probably got stirred up by the last couple. That's a nice size rattlesnake. I'll see if I can zoom in. Hey, dude. You want to think about sharing the trail? There's the trail. And there's the snake. So we have a quandary. I want to go around him instead of trying to move him because I don't like screwing around with wildlife, and I also don't want to rile him up for the next people that come through. However, as you can see, this is my choice for going around him. A lot of tall grass with possibly more snakes. So I wonder if I can just, like ask him to move. Hey, bud. No, he's kind of holding his ground here. He's doing a hiss. It seems like they rattle as a last resort. So they're usually pretty quiet, and they're usually just try to slither away. They don't really want a conflict. They just like sunbathing, and it's got a nice sunny spot right there. So I'm gonna look around my feet and see if there's any other snakes around me, and then see if I can find a nice safe way to continue my hike without making the situation worse for him, for myself, or for other hikers. Well, I asked him to go away, and he's obliging, which is really, really nice of him because I really didn't want to walk out there in that grass and brush. Now he's moving pretty slow. he's not sure what I'm up to. For all he knows, I eat snakes, so it could be a she. I shouldn't say he all the time. Yep, he's just moving away into the brush. Well, that was exciting. And then the people behind me were disappointed because they wanted to see the snake. So I did tell them where it went, but I hope they don't harass it either. It definitely was trying to avoid a confrontation, as was I. So that was awesome. I was hoping to see rattlesnakes, and now I'll just take the other kinds. I'll just take the other kinds of snakes now. Wow, it's beautiful here. Let me show you. I lived in the desert in California. There are a lot of different kinds of rattlesnakes there, and other reptiles. I'm a fan of reptiles and amphibians. I think they're really interesting and kind of misunderstood or disliked for no particular reason. Anyway, I came to appreciate the desert while I lived there. And it's just amazing to me that I can live in such a lush, green place like Western Washington. And then I just have to drive over the mountains, and here I am in kind of a more desert environment. So who knows what we'll see today. I'm already pretty pleased though with the way this day is going. Ooh, that's not a, look how fast this guy moves. So he's not, that wasn't a rattlesnake. That's your like gopher snake. I think that's a vulture up there. Well, I guess I should just leave the camera running. I've got the trifecta now. I just saw a garter snake, but I wasn't quick enough on the draw, so I did not get him on film. And now I'm wandering down into the woods here towards the creek. And here is another sketchy crossing. This is much better than the other one. Just a gorgeous day. Gorgeous place. Peaceful. Just bird song. If I don't make it across dry, you will get to see me fall. But it looks like I'm gonna make it. Wow, it's really muddy over here. Can I use this to spring off of? Yep. Okay. Nice. I'm just under 2 miles in. I've come out in this really pretty open area. It would be a nice place to camp. The trail, I guess, goes this way. It didn't look very clear or well worn. It looks like it just, oh, there's another snake. That was another gopher snake. This is maybe the trail. It's watching for snakes. This doesn't look like a trail. Maybe this is the trail and the grass is just so thick that it's not dirt. It's too thick to kill. Oh yeah, this looks like the trail. Not really easy to see. A little disconcerting to have things so overgrown with so many reptiles around. But hopefully we will all get along. Pushed through that brush. It wasn't very thick and it opened right up to the trail. Looks like the other one came out here as well, just even less used. This is somebody's lunch, or more likely a chunk of mylar balloon, which gets everywhere. I'm gonna grab it. Yep, mylar balloon. There's another piece. Just take it out with me. I'm at about 2.15 miles in. I think I'm probably the only one back here. You can see the trail, just not really well cut here. Not as many people come back this far. Might go another half mile or so, then I'll stop for lunch. I wanted to show you how these thickets grow up. Oh God, something touched my leg, but it was a stick. So I am pushing through this. I don't think it's super thick. None of these last very long. Not only is it kind of unpleasant to have bushes in your face and hard to see the trail, but ticks like to hang out here. They brush off of the deer, and then they hang on to the end of a branch and wait for the next bus, so to speak, to come along, which I prefer not to be my face. Looks like one of those big old cottonwoods came down this winter. No doubt the remains of the last hikers that came through here. Just kidding. But it could mean that there are big cats around, or just something died of old age and a coyote drug its leg down here. I don't know. But I forgot my bear spray, and I'm probably only going to go another 1/10 of a mile before I turn around and stop for my lunch too. It's the prettiest butterfly here. Let's see if I can get it. It's white, but it has bright orange wingtips. There's another butterfly. So pretty. There's no way you can really see the scale of this, but there's just this massive ponderosa pine growing here by the trail. That's what that last hawk was in that I got a little clip of.
Does anyone know what this is? Could it be old farm equipment? I tried to find out information on the homesteaders that lived in this valley, but I was unable to find anything about who they were or when they were here.
Okay, I found the part that goes through the rocks. This is just a really cool part of the trail because we're like right up among this rock. But I am going to keep my eyes open and my ears as well. The first rattlesnake I saw today I actually heard, or I never would have seen it. It wasn't rattling, but you can kind of tell when they're going through the grass. It's not a scuttling sound like a bird or a rodent. It's that kind of a shh sound. So let's see what we can find. Hopefully a nice lunch place on the other side of this part. So I think this rock is really old columnar basalt that is really just kind of disintegrated down. The lighting is getting kind of harsh now with the afternoon growing. I am 2.72 miles in, and I'm hoping to just kind of wind back over towards the water and find a nice little place for lunch and then head back the other way. Looks like a good place for lunch, but I can't get down there. So let's see if there's another place along the bank that I can sit. Oh, the trail just, maybe it goes through there. Pretty much kind of petered out right here. So I guess I've reached the end at 2.74. Well, I wanted to see what was on the other side of the bushes, so I pushed through. This trail looks a little sketchy right here, but it's very pretty. Let's see, nice and shady too. I'll go a little further. Ooh, that's really not very stable. And then I will find maybe a flat rock to sit on. One that doesn't have any snakes underneath it. brought a turkey sandwich. And I brought some chips to go inside the turkey sandwich. It adds a nice crunch. Well, I'm going to head back to the car now. This has been a great hike. If I see any more wildlife or anything interesting on the way back, I'll let you know. Otherwise, this is just an out and back hike. I'm really liking this backpack. It's working out really well. I'll see you at the car, if not sooner. Do you see the snake? It's actually rattlesnakes. I hope you can see it. That's why you got to be really careful on trails. Super observant. Don't rush. Hi there. It probably just wants to cross. It could be sunning itself. It's a little one. Really pretty pattern.
This one was really hoping that I would not notice him.
So I do need to go past the snake again. I was hoping to see these guys off the trail, not on the trail, but are you going to turn around? Oh. He was really scared. He even used his rattle. Did you hear that? It's okay, little dude. I'm not going to hurt you. Just keep going that way. Wow, this is a really pretty snake. It looks like a garter snake, but has no stripes at all. It's not a rattler. And away it goes. It's really warm now. I've got probably another mile or so to go. All right, that was 5.52 miles. My phone changed the way it does the readout, so I couldn't quite tell the elevation. I think it was probably right around 200 feet of total elevation gain, maybe even less than that. Just a little bit of ups and downs as you wind through the canyon. Gorgeous day. Did get pretty hot at the end. Temperature, according to my vehicle, it says the temperature 79. I wasn't expecting it to get quite that hot, but I did bring plenty of water. I used sunscreen, but I don't remember if I put it on my face, which feels pretty toasty. So I may have a sunburn. It was a great hike. Everything I had hoped it would be. Lots of wildlife. The stream alongside just was beautiful sounding the whole time. Birds were singing. It was very, very quiet, especially after like a certain distance. People tend to turn around, especially in the heat. So I had it all to myself for the second, like 2/3. It was just really, really wonderful. Definitely different than the usual greenery I get on the west side. And always kind of fun to see those snakes.